his mom from talking to him. The system in the Israeli prisons is that of if it was for a medical reason, it's a medical negligent. If it was for administrative detention, if it was for how the prisoners are treated within investigations room, each and every point that the Israeli authorities are taking, each and everything that they do is nothing but to enhance and to try to humiliate Palestinians. Now, fortunately, we as Palestinians always stand strong. When we started the movement of Canada Sanction Israel, when Paju reached out to us, everything that's in mind, even if we were one person, two people standing up in here, at least we're standing for Palestine. We're standing for something that's right. And something that I always like to remind everyone of, that protest is a great form of showing solidarity, but protest is not the most the highest far or the highest road that we can take. We can take other roads. We always have to support each other, support every Palestinian, whether as a business, as an entity, whether through education, by knowing, teaching more and more to our kids, teaching them how to be resilient, how to be strong, how to defend their land, how to know more, to have more knowledge about the history of Palestine. So I don't want to speak that much because I know you heard a lot, and I know what I want to say is something essentially you already know. But I do want to chant a little bit just because it's super cold in here, so let's warm ourselves up, okay? Okay. So I'll start in French, even though I don't speak French, okay? At this one, we have to say it all together. You don't have to repeat after me. I think you all know it. So, solidarité avec la Palestine. Solidarité avec la Palestine. Solidarité avec la Palestine. Solidarité avec la Palestine. We're gonna continue with a few chants because I have something that I want to say through these chants. Okay. So, Israël terroriste, Canada complice. 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 Israël assassine les enfants de Palestine. 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 Free 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 Palestine. Are you guys tired? No. Are you guys tired? Do you want to go home? No. I mean in a bit, but not now. Are you guys tired? No. You want to go home? No. One course of action. One course of action. Boycott, divest and sanction. Boycott, divest and sanction. I cannot hear you. I said one course of action. One course of action. Boycott, divest and sanction. Boycott, divest and sanction. Viva, viva Palestina. 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 Boycottons Israël. Boycottons les criminels. 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 Free Palestine. 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 Okay, I think you deserve a break. Thank you so much, Paju. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for organizing this great event. We're always going to be here. We're always going to show up for Palestine, whether it's severely cold, rain or shine. We're here for Palestine. Thank you.
Canada sanctionne Israël. Maintenant, j'ai une autre voix juive indépendante qui, si elle veut venir dire quelques mots ici au micro. S'il vous plaît. Merci.
Bonjour tout le monde et feliz cumpleaños, Sandra. Je m'appelle Scott Weinstein de Voix juive indépendant de Montréal et on a un petit discours, c'est très petit. Ok. C'est mieux maintenant? Oui. Ok, le Voix juive indépendant Montréal se joint à l'appel pour la libération des prisonniers politiques. Plus précisément, nous appuyons la libération d'Ahmad, une prisonnière politique palestinienne qui était incarcérée par l'État d'Israël depuis 2008, et Nasser Hamid, atteint d'un cancer, est toujours dans le coma. L'incarcération des organisateurs politiques palestiniens et des membres du mouvement de résistance est un des moyens par lesquels Israël se maintenant comme un État d'apartheid. Nous nous opposons à l'apartheid israélien. Nous exigeons le démantèlement de l'appareil carcéral israélien. Et aussi nous joindre à notre voix, à ceux, comme vous, et des autres, pour soutenir la libération de Sadat et Hamid et tous les prisonniers politiques de Palestine.
Bravo!
Merci.
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
I'm just going to say this in English because that's my native language.
Yeah, it's okay.
I just want to address B'nai B'rith Canada and CJA, who have denounced us as supporting terrorism. Okay? Let's just be very clear that during the week that Israel has demolished a home in Sheikh Jarrah, a Palestinian home, to expand their settlements, they denounce us as terrorism. Let's just say that it is against the international law of the 4th Geneva Convention to take, for an occupying power, which is Israel, to take an occupied people out of their land, into a prison, into the occupying power. In other words, Israel is taking Palestinians out of Palestine, bringing them into the 1948, occupied territory of Israel, and imprisoning them. That is illegal under international law, so who is the terrorist?
Israel!
Okay.
Israel!
And I just want to say...
Canada, complice! Israel, terroriste! Canada, complice! Israel, terroriste! Canada, complice! Israel, terroriste! Canada, complice! Israel, terroriste! Canada, complice!
And I just want to end by saying I echo absolutely what Bruce Katz said earlier, which is that Zionism is not only a crime against the Palestinians, it is a crime against the Jewish people.
Absolutely.
If you want to tackle anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, you have to get rid of Zionism.
Yes. Bravo!
Sounds good, Scott.
Way to go, Scott. Thank you.
Bravo! Bravo, IJV!
S'il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui veut parler, nos amis algériens, est-ce que vous voulez venir dire quelques mots aujourd'hui?
Il y en a beaucoup.
Alia?
Même, j'ai découvert.
Merci.
Je pensais que c'était un des rares.
Alors, bonjour tout le monde.
Il paraît qu'il y a un tas de...
Merci au PACHU d'être là. Merci de montrer encore une fois que notre problème n'est pas entre arabes et juifs, que notre problème est entre oppresseurs et opprimés.
Bravo! Oui, bravo! Bravo!
Je reviens de notre 153e rencontre tous les dimanches. Nous sommes à la place du Canada pour dénoncer les 453 victimes de notre pouvoir pourri. Nous sommes des représentants du Hirak. Le Hirak est le mouvement populaire en Algérie contre l'oppression. Et pour moi, que ce soit l'oppression du sionisme, ou que ce soit l'oppression sur tous les pays, y compris en Palestine et surtout en Palestine, ceux qui n'ont pas compris que le nœud de la balance sur la terre se trouve en Palestine n'ont rien compris. Parce que c'est pas seulement un état d'apartheid, mais c'est en plus le symbole de la loi du plus fort.
Oui.
Le symbole est notre devoir en tant que peuple, qu'on soit en Palestine, en Algérie ou ailleurs, c'est de nous battre contre tous les oppresseurs. Vive les peuples libres. Merci Sandra. Merci Sandra. Ce qui est arrivé au Chili arrivera un jour en Palestine aussi. Tahia Palestine. Palestine Arabia. Palestine Arabia. Palestine Arabia. Palestine Arabia. Merci beaucoup à tous.
Merci.
Tahia Palestine.
Tahia Palestine.
Tahia Palestine. Tahia Palestine. Tahia Palestine. Tahia Palestine. Viva, viva Palestina. 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 Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea.
Merci. Puis, monsieur, je ne sais pas si ça vous tente de parler. Vous êtes avec Amnesty, je pense. Oui. Ça vous tente-tu? Non. Non? OK. Alors, s'il y a
On encourage l'Égypte pour la Coupe d'Afrique. On encourage l'Égypte.
L'Égypte?
Pour la Coupe d'Afrique.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui veut prendre la parole? Oh, OK.
Hamid Salah.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mahmoud Khalil. I appreciate everything that's happening here, and I'm proud of the numbers that showed up today and everyone. I would like to just address something that some of you might already know and some of you might not. I'll give you a quick history of it, very quick summary. Al-Naqab. The Naqab is a desert in southern Palestine. It makes up for 55% of Palestine, full of Palestine we're talking, all right? And what's happening right now in Al-Naqab is a continuation of what happened in 1948. So Al-Nakba never ended for Al-Naqab. Al-Naqab in 1948, 90% of its citizens were all ethnically cleansed. Al-Naqab belongs to the Bedouin Palestinians, 90% of whom were kicked out and were forced to live in refugee camps in Gaza, in Egypt, in Jordan, in Syria, in different places around the world. Now, the remaining percentage of them was so low. So 10% of the population remained in Al-Naqab. Now, what happened with Al-Naqab is over the years, they took it upon themselves as a necessity to reproduce, to have bigger families. So you would find a family of 10 people, 8 people, 9 people very easily in Al-Naqab. And what happens there right now is a continuation of 1948, where the Bedouins, a lot of them are not recognized by Israel as even citizens. So a lot of them have their lands being forcefully taken from under their hands. For example, a village called Al-Araqib. Al-Araqib has been demolished 182 times, and the people have built it time and time again. And they keep standing and they keep fighting time and time again. The Bedouins right now make up 30% of all of Al-Naqab, yet they live on 3% of the land. And that 3% keeps getting smaller and smaller with time. And this Zionist idea that we can remove Al-Naqab or remove the Bedouins from Al-Naqab to bring in Jewish settlers to live in their place is not going to go through. Neither are the people of Al-Naqab going to allow it, nor all of the Palestinians or the people that stand with Palestine going to allow something like that to happen. So I beg everyone to speak up, educate yourselves on the Bedouins, educate yourselves on how every prime minister tried, exactly like Canada did with the natives. They tried to remove the native out of the child, while Israel is trying to remove the Bedouin out of the child. They try to force them to live in cities when they are sedentary people that live in tents with camels, with their own types of culture. They try to portray it. We all saw when
the beauty pageant there, Miss World, Miss Universe, went into Israel. They tried to portray the Bedouin community as a part of an Israeli heritage or Israeli culture. This is ethnic cleansing. This is literal robbery of an entire culture of people. And as we stand today for the prisoners, I would like to remind you that everyone, when the Bedouins of Al-Naqab went out to protest, children, women, men, elderly, they were beaten, they were arrested, and to this day, every single day, they have been standing out. All the Bedouins in Al-Naqab go out in protest for their children that are under occupation jails right now. They have been standing for them, and I believe it's our duty to stand for them. So as Mahmoud Khalil, as my friends here in CSI, we would urge everyone to stand up for them. Take the hashtags, Save Al-Naqab. In Arabic, it's _Al-Naqab. You can find it on my friend's group, CSI. And you will definitely need to make it trend, because Al-Naqab is, as we said, it's 30% of the population, and they have no one but themselves and us to depend on. So thank you so much.
Justice is our demand!
No peace in stolen land!
Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land! Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land! Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land! Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land! Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land! Justice is our demand! No peace on stolen land!
Thank you very much. Okay, I have two ladies here. They want to talk to us. Yes.
Yes, merci. Thank you. Bonjour. Hi. Assalamu alaikum. This is my mom. Yeah. If I speak too much, stop me. Arrêtez-moi, ok? Si je parle trop.
Like mother, like daughter.
Nasser is actually our cousin. He's straight up from our family, so we have a very personal issue with that.